Right, so what the task is for this car now is to replace the front driver's side wing, the offside wing. You can see I've been picking at it. It's been patched up in the past, filler. See this filler there, it's all filler. It's been patched up, see? It's quite common for these cars to go here, I believe. But what I have got for this car is I've got a wing from the breaker's yard which is in really good condition. So what I'll do now is I'll get the wing out so we can have a look at it. There's the inner wheel arch liner. Right, let's have a look. Right, now here's the wing. Just see me get out the car. It's in really good condition. Now, if we turn this wing over, you can see why they would go. Because there's no protection on them other than a thin coat of paint. You can see in there, look. There's nothing here, it's just some very slight... Let's turn this round. There's some very slight marking on the inside which needs cleaning off, and what I'll do with this is we'll give it a good clean, we'll give it some rust treatment, and we'll put some underseal on the inside. We'll seal it with some underseal before we put it on. Now you can see it's in absolutely perfect condition there. Take that off. Now what we'll do with this is we'll deal with any issues that we get as we take it apart. Now, like I said, I've never took one of these apart before. I suspect the front bumper's going to come off, and I suspect that there'll be some fixings behind the door frame, and I suspect that the cover skirting on the sill can come off, and when that's off, what we'll do is we'll inspect the sill as well, because I did have some work done on this for one of the MOTs, and we'll see what the standard of that was, and we'll also look for any new welding that needs to be done. So the first task is to get the bonnet open and have a look what we've met with on the inside. So I'll put you back on the stand. Right, we open the bonnet, and first thing we're met with is these three 10mm bolts at the top of the wing. So what I'll do is I'll go and get a spanner and we'll get them off, see what happens. Right, we're going to try and get those three 10mm bolts off now. that's them off. So I suppose a good clue really would be to look at the old wing and see where the fixings are in that, so we know where to look. What we've got a couple of fixings down the bottom here. I think here there's two there, one there, two on the inner wing, one there, and we've got a couple here, I think on the front there. Yeah, two on the front there. So the bumper needs to come off. Now this wing is in such good condition, it just needs, the outside of it just needs roughing up and a coat of paint. But don't know what I'm going to find on the inside of this one though. I don't know what I'm going to find on the inside of this one, so hopefully we'll be lucky. So I think what we need to do is get it up and get a jack stand underneath it for now. Okay, so what we've got the obligatory carpets for people who work outside in cars. You need your carpets to lie on. I'm going to get my jack underneath it now and get a jack stand underneath it, get the wheel off. A nice lightweight Halfords jack. While I've got the chance, just checking there's no play anywhere. It seems okay. So I'll go and get my other dugger and we'll get this wheel off. I've already took the locking nuts off. I've got new wheel nuts to go on this. I did buy new wheel nuts, and while we got the wheel off, we'll give it a really good clean as well. I suspect, looking at this lining, it's all cracked. It's been tied together with plastic tie wires. I suspect that's been off at some point, so we might have to have a go at some plastic welding and see if we can weld this together, because I would imagine it'll be quite expensive, and it looks like a clean crack. So in my opinion, my humble opinion, we should be able to weld this together. We'll have a look at the bushes as well while we're here. Right, let's get this wheel off then. Okay, well, I think the easiest thing at the moment to get off is going to be this, because it looks like when I put it in the garage for its MOT, last MOT, they did some welding and they haven't put all the screws back in the cover for the sill, and that's why it's loose in the middle, because it's got no screws in it. There's only one at the end, I think. It just shows, doesn't it? You put in, you pay hundreds of pounds to have work done, and they don't even do the job right. You can't even bother putting the screws back in it. So what I'll do is I'll go and get a screwdriver and we'll just pop the front one off for now and see if we can just pull it back so we can get the screws off, the bolts off the bottom of the wing. Yeah, I thought that sill was a bit loose when I got out the car last time. You've probably seen it in the video, the last video. It actually moved a little bit when I got out. I leaned on it and it moved when I got out the car. Okay, come in. Okay, the sill cover is actually held on underneath with trim clips with the screw, the ones with the screw in the middle. Loosen the screw and then you pop them off with a trim lever. It was actually being held on mostly by the mudguard. So when they've done the MOT welding, they haven't put the clips in underneath and just screwed it on with the mudguard to hold the sill cover in place. So what's happened is because there's no clips, I'm able to just pull it back a little bit to get at the bolts on the side of the wing at the bottom. So I'll show you that in a minute. I'll unclip you from the thing and show you. Right, so we're underneath the wheel arch now, and you can see down here where the inner wheel arch cover is all cracked. It's been stuck together with tie wires. Underneath here where the mud flap is, there was 2 screws in here into the wing and the inner wheel arch there, and that's what was holding back the sill. But I can pull the sill back a little bit to get at these bolts, and what I'll do is I'll order some new fixings. To secure the sill cover, but I'm going to take it off to inspect it anyway. But for now I'm just going to undo these 2 nuts here. That's that too. That's them 2 off. Right, I think there's 2 inside the door on the A-post, so I'll open the door and see if I can see them. Now they're behind the inner wheel arch cover, so we have to take that out next. Ouch! Right, so there's one 10mm nut on one side and there's a couple of Torx fixings on the other side holding this wheel arch cover in, but the damn thing has been absolutely butchered. When we take it out, I'll show you. I may be able to weld it back together again, fix it, but whoever's had been taking this out, they haven't carefully took it out, they've ripped it out. So we'll have a look at that. I'll just go and get a Torx fitting to see if I can get into these connections, these bolts holding it in. Right, let's see if we can get these Torx fittings out. What size is it? They look like a T30. Snapped, bastard. Bastard. I mean, oh dear. I'll go and get some penetrance. Right, I did have some penetrance, but I can't find it. Looks like all we've got is a bit of WD-40. So we'll see if that works. Better than nothing, I suppose. I think it's probably gonna snap anyway. I tell you what, the older you get, the more they lower the floor. I reckon they lower the floor about an inch every year now. At least an inch. Let's see if we can get this. That's not good. My favourite tool, this, my dead blow. I'll be surprised if this comes out. Well, me down with a feather. There you go. Come away now. Oh, sausage, come out anyway. Actually, I think it might have snapped. I think that one there, there's another one there, but I think that one there is just a plastic trim. Fitting. That's it. Bless me. We need to go and get a 10mm ratchet spanner. We need a 10mm ratchet spanner just to get in now. You can see the nuts now. I mean, then I'll show you underneath the wheel arch. A little bit of rust, but it doesn't look too bad. 10mm ratchet spanner. Right, here we are underneath the wheel arch. A little bit cruddy, but it's solid enough. Just needs a, see, damn good. There's no holes anywhere. Damn good clean. Now, we'll be changing the, there's a bit of the lip on the rims as well. So, they're getting a bit thin, so we'll change them. Now then, you can just see the nuts in there. Now this is a test for me little work zone. Oops. A little cheap work zone ratchet spanner. See if it works, see if it's any good. Oops. I need two hands really for this, but I'm trying to show you. But you can, I think you get the message, don't you? Oh, it's loosened it. Hey, it's worked. There we go, look at that. Cheap oldie spanner. Sorry about the lighting. It's getting a bit darker out here now. One down, one down, one to go. The top one up there, I think you might just be able to see it. Can we see it? Battery's about to go on me. How's your father? On my camera. So we're up there. Right, so you've seen me take one out. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to put it back on the thing. Right, that's the back of the wing clear now, free. It's just the front. Oh, I'm not sure where these are. Got two connections underneath here. And two at the front there. There's another 4 nuts I think on the front. I don't think we need to take the headlight out, but I think we've got to get access behind the bumper, so I'll have a look at that next. Right, it's a 10 minute. Been quite lucky with some of these nuts really. We've only snapped one, which wasn't on the wing, it was on the inner guard. So we should be able to drill that out and put another one in. All the ones for the wing seem to be coming away quite well. There's another one in there somewhere. Now this is going to be, I might have to take the water bottle out to get at it. Can't see it now. get it reflected off. Bit of light. Right, we're back working on the Jaguar again. Basically, what I'm trying to do now is I'm trying to get rid of this, get this bits of trim off here at the bottom, so that I can get at the fixing bolts, the last few fixing bolts on the front of the wing, and a few other bits and pieces that need to come off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put you on the tripod now and crack on. Right, because we haven't got a manual for this, or we've never done this before, I'm just winging it really, so I'm trying to take her off without taking too much off. There's it down the front there behind the headlights. If you just lift that wing back a little bit, I don't know if you can see it or not. There's a 10mm nut, which is what I'm going to take off now. Right, that's actually freed the bumper up a little bit. So what we're going to do now, there's another nut further along, we might be able to just undo that and just pull the bumper back so we can get these two front nuts, bolts at the front of the wing. There's a couple of torques nuts underneath the thing. The trim is all that's holding this in really. It's just a case of working out which bits need to come off. And we put some 30-40 on these yesterday. That's spinning that one. Right, these are held in with a spire clip at the back, like a little spring washer type thing, and they're just spinning. So I'm going to try and get a mole grip or something and clip it on and see if we can get it out. Right, we're just going to try and clamp this spire clip. Oh, that's tight. Snapped it. Oh well, at least it's off. Right, I'm beginning to think that this car has been in some kind of minor collision here, because all of the fixings are non-standard, like nuts and bolts where they should be plastic, trim fixings, and the state of the inner wheel arch was all mangled and broken. So I think it's had an accident of some sort. Maybe not a traffic accident, but something's happened. Either something's got stuck in the wheel arch and mangled everything, or a very minor traffic accident. I'm just trying to free this bumper so I can just pull it back a bit to get at the front fixings on this wing. But they're all rotten. You can't work on these old cars if you're not a patient person, because if you haven't got patience on these, you'd end up flashing your tools across the bloody field. I think what's going to happen is we're going to have to try and snap this bolt again, because it's not going to come out. It's absolutely rotten. So I'm just going to try and snap it problem I've got is I think that the underneath the torques is slightly stripped as well. So, not having much luck here. On it properly. That's it. Get on. I don't think this one's going to snap. I'm going to have to cut it. I don't think this is a Jaguar, genuine Jaguar fitting. I think this is a fitting that somebody has put on, like I said before, after some minor damage. It's really tight, so I don't know how I'm going to get it out. Maybe I can get a hacksaw blade in there. I might be able to get a hacksaw blade in there. Yeah, okay. Plan B. I'll go and get my hacksaw. Right. This fixing is absolutely mullered, so it's rotten. So I'm going to have to try and force a hacksaw blade in there. Like that. And try to cut it. see what else is holding it now. There's another fixing just a little bit further along, which I think I'll try and get out. Shit, drop it on. Get out, Jaguar. Looks like I'm going to have to cut this one as well. First protocol with that one is to get some WD-40, but every time I forget something, it's like a 50-yard walk back to my shed, because my workshop, my tools are miles away. So what we want now is on some WD-40 on that and see if that makes a difference. I mean, that one doesn't look as bad as the others, but it is spinning. To try and get some WD-40 on it. It's so awkward to get at. It's really difficult to even see it, never mind get at it. Right. The next task now is to try and get the mold grips on it. Such fun. Oh. I mean, it could have been more difficult, I think. Jaguar just, designed it to be difficult, unless, like I said before, some idiot has put spurious fittings on it. Well, we've got a captive nut that is no longer captive. Let's try and get this on. not having much luck here. I'm gonna go and get my torch.